Welcome back. You're not gonna believe this. My bike was stolen. That's right. As kids, almost all of us had a bike stolen. As an adult, unbelievable, unacceptable. Let's get into it. Okay, about a month ago, I sold my 1979 Redline MX2 to my good friend Jim over at Museum Quality. Just an absolutely flawless transaction, just like the hundreds of other bikes that I've sold and shipped. Well, this is not that case. This one is wild. You're gonna wanna hear the story. You're not gonna wanna skip away from this because this blows my mind. It kind of pisses me off, as it should. And I feel really bad for Jim. I mean, this guy's awesome. He's done so much for us already. And it was great to be able to sell him a bike. And I didn't just send him the bike. I sold him a lot of other stuff. A lot of really rad things were in that box. And somebody stole it. Somebody out there stole this bike and everything in the box. And I need your help. Maybe together we can find it. Let me explain what happened in detail so maybe you can help us find this dang bike. Okay, everything was going normal. It was a beautiful day. Jim bought the bike. I had a brand new box. I took my time packaging this bike like every other bike, especially of that quality and rareness. And I packaged it so good. And in that box, I also included one of my extremely rare RADBMX UL plates. And as a gift to Jim, I was giving him a set of original 1984 GT pad sets. Those are worth a ton of money, but he's got an old school GT and I thought that that would be a great gift. And on top of that, lots of t-shirts and hats and stickers were also in that box. So I just packed it full of stuff for them as kind of a thank you for everything they've done. Once the box was all packed, I did what I normally do. I created a label right here in the shop for a UPS pickup right here at the shop. The next day, UPS came. I watched them pull up, scan the box, load it on the truck. Nothing unusual about that. I've done it so many times before.
All right, I just hung up with Sean at RADBMX Builds, and my bike, my Redline MX2, is missing in action. I'm like freaking out because I wanted that bike when I was 10 years old, and I still want that bike. Please, prayers to the BMX gods, help us.
All right, so what went wrong? What went different? I have no idea. I just noticed when I sent him a picture of the box, a video of the UPS truck driving away, that when I checked the tracking number, it only came up as label created. I thought that's pretty interesting because I put 2 labels on that box. I watched the driver scan one, but the next day the UPS driver came back to drop off a package and I asked him, what happened that day? My box only shows labels scanned. He said, well, Sean, you saw me scan it, and I did. And I didn't disagree with him. But he also included that when he dropped it off that night at the warehouse or distribution place, that he personally helped offload my box and watched the intake official at UPS scan it a second time. So that box was scanned twice. Still, in the tracking number showed label created. That's it. What the hell? What's going on at UPS? Where's the bike? Where is the tracking if you're scanning it? So a lot of questions. Luckily, I used bike flights and I insured that bike for the cost that Jim bought it for. All the other stuff in the box, I didn't cover that. I just covered his purchase price. So if anything were to ever happen like this, Jim, you're getting your money back. We'll file a claim. That's the process. The bad part is you're not getting a bike, but we'll fix that. Well, we talked about it. In the future, you'll get one. So who stole the bike? Where's it at right now? Okay, so we talked to Bike Flights. They have a person or representative that works at UPS. They're investigating it. And what they've told me so far is that they are now going through warehouses looking for this box. I sent them photos of the box, photos of the bike, video of UPS driving away. They have a statement from my driver. Literally probably more information than they've gotten on any lost parcel, stolen parcel. Somebody somewhere knows where this bike is. Somebody at UPS knows what bike I'm talking about, because you can't misidentify this bike. I showed you a photo. You know what it looks like. So where are we at right now with this? Well, here's how the process works. Currently, UPS has an open investigation and they have 30 days to try to locate this box in the warehouses, in the nooks and crannies, in the trunks of some employee's car. I have no idea what they do, but they told me they're actively looking for it. At the end of those 30 days, the case is closed. They pursue forward with the claim, and Jim, you'll get a reimbursement about 2 weeks after that, which means this takes 6 weeks from the time that you file to complete the process, which is really terrible for Jim, because no bike, no reimbursement for 6 weeks. Man, thieves suck. Whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, thieves are absolutely terrible. And I want to share why this story in particular is so bad. That's not the half of it. I'm convinced I'm cursed. Okay, when I was about 14 years old, I lived in Fullerton, California. I had a red and white Redline. I'm pretty sure it was an MX2. That's why I got this bike and built it, is something to help me remember that bike. And why did I need to remember it? I'm going to tell you why. I rode my bike down Chapman Avenue to the intersection of State College and Chapman, where they had an arcade. You know where it's going from here. I went into the arcade, parked it in the bike rack without a lock, and played a video game. Looked outside, still there, no problem. Played another video game, looked outside, still there, no problem. Third video game, looked outside, poof, gone, vanished. There's a huge parking lot in front of this place. I quickly scanned it, sprinted through it, no bike. Aliens took it. They had to have. No way some kid got my bike and disappeared that fast. It was a fast bike, but not that fast. But it was gone, and gone forever. And what I ended up getting to replace that bike was a Huffy Sigma. And if you've been watching this channel long enough, I've told that story. But the Redline was gone, and I never got it back. And so when I built this 1979 Redline, it was to kind of replace that one that was stolen. And now this one's stolen. Probably by the same kid or aliens. What's the deal with me and Redlines? Super frustrating, but I feel like I'm cursed at this point. Maybe I shouldn't build Redlines. I've built several, but it seems like the ones I really like that I'm close to get stolen. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the issue is. It's okay. I can build more, but I can't build that exact one. Jim's not going to get the bike he wanted, but I needed to share that story with you and why this incident is so tragic and so terrible. So I think I'm going to put that bike on the back of some milk cartons right around the neighborhood, put pictures of it up on telephone poles, call all my friends, leave messages, and let them know my bike's been stolen. I don't know what else to do. It's pretty terrible. So if you find it and get it returned, I will give you a reward. Absolutely. A big one. If it shows up anywhere, that bike eventually will turn up somewhere in some place, at a swap meet, at a bike show, on a ride out. on Instagram and someone else's page, who knows? But you know what it looks like now, and if you spot it, you contact me, and if I contact them or we get this bike back, I'm gonna give you a reward because I want it back, and it needs to go to Jim. So I appreciate your help. I appreciate your effort. But there is some good news, light at the end of the tunnel. This bike right here, this Mongoose Pro Class that I just built, at the time of this video, is currently for sale at RADBMXBUILDS.com, the only place I sell bikes, the website. Not on social media, not on TikToks, not on Instagram, not on Facebook, not in any BMX groups. RADBMXBUILDS.com, the only place you can buy a bike or merch is at the website. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate the prayers about my loss. Comment down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and as always, stay rad.